The Japanese Mobility Show is going on right now, which means we are going to see brand new Subaru models, new Subaru accessories, and Subaru concept cars. That ahead on Subaru News. With the Japanese Mobility Show currently underway, we're going to see lots of production-ready vehicles and some concept vehicles. And of course, we're going to see some from Subaru as well as the other Japanese auto manufacturers. And we're already seeing pictures and videos from the show coming out. And I got to say, I'm excited about one in particular from Subaru, but I don't think I would buy it or operate it, drive it, pilot it myself. I don't know exactly how to put it into words. But to start off, let's talk about the production cars that Subaru has out. They brought in a Japanese market, of course, Subaru Crosstrek Limited. It looks a little bit different than the US model. The wheels are slightly different. The finishes are slightly different than what we'll have in the US, but it is ready for sale in Japan later this year. Subaru also brought in their Forester X Edition. Now, this is a more off-road oriented Forester that's not quite to the level of the Wilderness model. I believe that the Wilderness models are only for North America, for the US market. I don't believe they're selling them in the home market of Japan, so this X Edition is kind of a somewhere in between the guy that wants to off-road and the guy that still wants comfort. This is kind of a Forester Onyx edition from what I can see and what I've gathered from the limited information coming out from the show. It's got the StarTex interior and again, more off-road oriented. So just another additional model to the Forester range for the Japanese market. Other than that, we saw the Lavorge Layback. Now, the Lavorge Layback was announced not too long ago, and of course, it's a Japanese market-only vehicle. So, sorry, North America, we're not going to see it. We're never going to see the Lavorge at this point. We're in the second generation. We could just kiss it goodbye. Subaru refuses to bring it to us. Subaru of America has it in their head that the American buyer or the Canadian buyer or whoever in North America they're selling to does not want a wagon. They want an SUV, so they'll continue to sell the Outback and the Forester and the Crosstrek and the Ascent, but we cannot get the Lavorge. We cannot get our station wagon for the U.S. market. They just refuse to sell it because they think it will not sell. But it has been very popular in the Japanese market. Now that they're in the second generation, they have the new Layback model. They brought their limited EX model. They brought two versions, one that was just a factory regular limited EX model, and one that was kitted out with Subaru and STI genuine accessories on it. Rounding out our production model vehicles that were at the show, they had the Subaru Sutera there, and the Sutera has had a revamp. They have more safety and more eyesight features in the Sutera. They have redesigned the steering wheel and a couple of other fit and finish issues. The main thing is the batteries. It is now able to charge 30% faster on a DC charger, and they have improved the battery warming function. So little creature comfort and performance updates for the Sutera. And the National Park System, they had a Subaru Sutera on hand that had a vinyl wrap on it, and I've got to take a look. It is the, please forgive me, the Nasu Hisi no Mori Forest Patrol car. I'm sure I slaughtered that, absolutely. But I'm a guy from the Southeast, not from Japan, so forgiveness, please. Aside from that, we look now at the concept cars, which I think are the most exciting part of what Subaru brought to the show. Now, we saw, or we're seeing, as this show is currently still going on while I'm recording this video right now, all the Japanese auto manufacturers are heavily leaning on electric vehicles. EVs are the hot thing here in 2023. Like it or not, that's just the way that the auto industry is shifting, whether it be due to their arms being twisted behind their back because of governing bodies, or if they think this is what consumers want, that's still up in the air. Actually, we all probably know what the answer is there. But all the auto manufacturers are bringing out these cool EV concept cars and some hybrid EVs. So Mazda brought out their SP, which looks like basically an RX-7. It actually is rotary powered, a two-rotor engine, turns a generator to charge the battery, and it is an electric car, so this could be an RX-9, a new something, you know, in the future. Honda had a EV Prelude concept car with them. Nissan had their Hyperforce or Hyperforge GTR EV. I can't remember the name of it, but it looked atrocious in my mind. You be the judge. And Lexus and Toyota had a couple of sporty EVs as well. I think it was the FT SE or something like that. Probably going to be a new Celica or a Supra replacement when they, you know, axe the current BMW rebadged Toyota Supra. So Subaru brought 2 EV concept cars with them, one of them being the Sport Mobility concept, a little 2-door sporty vehicle that fits right along with the offerings from Nissan, Mazda, Honda, Toyota, Lexus that were at the show. This could be an SVX in the future with some tweaks, because of course this is not going to go to production. There's going to be lots of toning down of this, I'm sure, to go from concept to production if it does. But this could be an SVX, this could be an STI EV, who knows? It is a 2-door coupe, as I said, probably has a skateboard chassis with a low-slung battery pack and either a single or dual motor setup, likely sharing chassis of the Sutera or Sutera components off of that Toyota Subaru chassis, platform architecture, whatever you want to call it. Lots of strong squared off lines. We see lots of forged carbon on the wheels, on the front bumper, on the rear bumper. Silver with some blue accents throughout. Looks like a pretty decent car for an EV and for a concept car. So now on to what you probably clicked on the thumbnail, what you were likely here for, and that is the Subaru Air Mobility concept. This is absolutely insane bonkers. Subaru said, all right, everybody else is bringing a car to the car show. Let's bring a UFO. Let's bring the people to the space age of the 1950s. Let's bring them the Jetsons with this absolutely bonkers, insane personal transport drone vehicle. I don't even know how you'd classify this thing. I mean, just look at it. It is insane. It looks like something from Blade Runner. It looks like something from, you know, 2050. Just how, why, what. It's insane. But it looks pretty daggum cool. And the craziest thing about this is during the live streamed presentation of this, while Subaru was, you know, unveiling the concepts and talking about them, there was actually a video clip going on in the back of the presenter showing a actual working engineering prototype of the Subaru Air Mobility. It actually lifted off the ground. It flew. Does it just go up and come back down? Can they steer it? Can they move it around? What is the, you know, flight time, run time of the battery pack? Who knows? But they've actually got a working prototype of some sort that can take off and land, which is insane. Where does this fit in to our future? Are we going to have to get a pilot's license and a driver's license? How is the FFA and other governing bodies of the air going to deal with millions of personal flight vehicles? I mean, this is crazy and like harkens back to the 1950s vision of the future, you know, with the space race, space age, all this crazy futuristic stuff they thought we'd have by the year 2000. It's crazy that here in 2023, Subaru has brought this concept that looks like it's from 100 years in the future, and to have a working prototype of sorts is just insane. Hopefully we get more information about this. Looks like it's a 6-rotor drone car. Again, how do you classify something like this? It's just crazy. But it's cool. It's intriguing. I'm intrigued by it. I want to know more information about it. Would I buy it? Probably not, because I'm terrified of flying. I'm going to get on a plane just in a couple of days to fly to SEMA in Las Vegas, and I am terrified of getting on a commercial airliner. This will only be the 3rd or 4th time I've ever flown, but me flying a little personal drone vehicle capsule thing, yeah, I'm not ready for that yet, guys. I'm not ready to leave terra firma. I want 4 wheels planted on the ground with some kind of cage around me of metal, preferably. So, guys, there you go. There is a recap, or not really a recap because it's still going on, but there is a general overview of what's going on right now at the Japanese Mobility Show as far as Subaru is concerned. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the concept cars, what you think of Subaru's crazy UFO air mobility. Anything else, leave it in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. See y'all in the next one.